But let's go on to NBA. Thank you guys for joining us here on Betting with the Bag. Your NBA expert was excellent last year, and he's followed it up with another very strong season. And I love it. First off, I really like him as a person, but watching him succeed makes me very happy. Last year, he went 104 wins and 78 losses on our show, plus 21.69 units with an ROI of 11.92% and an average line of minus 103. This past Wednesday, he went 1-1, lost on the AR 15 over 15 and a half points, but cashed the Bucks first quarter very, very easily. And this year, he's 57 and 48 here on our show, hitting at 54.3% plus 7.92 units with an ROI plus 7.54% and average line of minus 101. I have never had a capper join me for back-to-back seasons with an ROI in double digits the first year and the second year at 7.4%. I find it all very impressive. Here to rock with you guys right now from Los Angeles, California. Please welcome Derl Rice to the show. Derl, how are you, my man?
Yo, have some OJ.
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday, bro. Happy Wednesday, man. It's always good to be back talking ball. It's kind of what I say on top of any day on this side of the grass is a
good day. A good day.
Absolutely. So yeah, man, happy to get back into the swing of things. Games on tonight, so we should be making some good money today.
4 games on today's card, so a lot of opportunities here. And will we get the dream Lakers Warriors second round series? That's the question. Will we get the gift after? I think it's the gift for going through the pandemic. I think that the world owes us Lakers, Warriors, LeBron, Steph. I'm gonna.
You would want to see Lakers Warriors over Kings Lakers.
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
I want to see Steph and LeBron. Yeah, definitely. Not a doubt. No doubt in my mind. Now I know that the a lot of the purists want to see the Kings be rewarded for how excellent they've been this year, and I get that. I completely get that. But yeah, I want to see in Lakers Warriors badly.
But we've seen this show before when LeBron was on the Cavs. We've seen this before.
Did you not like that show?
I did, but
the show was pretty goddamn good.
I like this Kings team, bro. I really do.
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see what the Kings do this evening with the De'Aaron Fox finger injury. But let's go to work. You're looking pretty sharp on camera right now, Derl. The OJ matching the outfit as well. Let's get to work.
Yeah.
7
matching
PM.
the hat. Yeah, you got to coordinate.
Yeah, you're looking nice,
coordinate. Man. All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's get to work. Let's let Spenny Penny Bombs get us rolling. He's on Jalen Brunson over 1.5 steals at plus 170. Says he's at least 2 every game so far, except last game, and expect another low scoring, stagnant offensive game. Not many points here with these low totals. Okay. Then we have Sammy Culmer. He's given us the Cavaliers trifecta.
Wow.
Let's go. East first round, game 5. New York leading the series 3-1. Knicks were 24-17 on the road this year. Showed a ton of heart. Cavs 31-10 at home this year at Rocket Mortgage. Looked very, very good. Those of you guys know that I've got the Knicks at plus 170 to win the series, but I only put 200 on it. I don't know, I think that's fine. Like, I don't need to. It's not been a great year in basketball. I didn't need to open it up, but I don't feel any need to, $340 winner. I don't need to hedge it by all means. And part of the reason why I didn't bet that much on it was because I have the futures to win the conference at 33-1 and the chip at 100-1, little sprinkle. Markel says that Knicks futures are looking good. I don't feel like there's any need to try to add anything to it right now. And I would feel, especially what we've seen with some of these teams with their backs against the wall at home. I expect the Cavaliers to show some heart here at Rocket Mortgage. This series is being played at a very slow pace, 93 possessions a game. This year, the Cavs were the slowest pace in the league, 96.27, and the Knicks were the 4th slowest at 97.75 possessions a game. Jalen says Cavs kind of figured something out when Garland was scoring, just Mitchell was off. Let's take a look at the line history here first. and then we go into the cash flow,
Yeah.
and then make some very important decisions. Move over to the line history in NBA. Here we go. So first off, pull this up. Here we go. The Cavaliers opened up at -5.5 at -105. There's been a 2-cent move towards them. Also, this moved to 5. This moved to 5. Moved to 5 at midnight.
Then right back up.
No, it took 8 hours at Pinnacle. So it did move back, but it wasn't like that surprised me. I thought for sure this would move in the Cavs direction. This total sitting at 202.5. There's been a 2-cent move to the over. Very, very low. Justin McAbee says 2-0 Yankees. And Troy says, I don't think Cavs are a clear spot today. Knicks' depth is an absolute problem.
I like North Ender.
And then Spenny saying Julius Randle should park his ass on the bench. They played much better without him on the floor. They already have Brunson hucking up 20-plus shots a game. Don't need another bricklayer. Let's pull up the cash flow, as I believe.
Man, the chat, they preaching today, man. This chat, they spitting the gospel.
They're always on one, man. They're the reason why the show is special. We have 48% of the tickets and 52% of the cash on the Knicks. Surprises me.
No,
Total-wise, we have 46% of the tickets and 65% of the cash on the under, and it's 5-0 Yankees. That was fast.
Jesus.
You guys are right about Kenta Maeda. Okay, that's
Aaron Judge's birthday. Did he hit a home run already?
Wow, that was fast. Okay, a win would give the Knicks their first playoff series victory in a decade. They protected home court. So every single game today, you have the road team having just protected home court. All 4 series, they won both games. Brunson, they dominated game 3, 99-79. They won game 4, 102-93. They covered them both. Brunson, 29-6-6 in game 4. RJ Barrett looked very good. You never know when he's going to step up. He went for 26. The Cavs were 6 of 23 from 3-point range. They've been held under 100 points in all of the Knicks' victories.
They're all going. Yeah.
The Knicks, in their 3 wins, have dominated the boards.
Right.
Just in complete control of the boards. And Obi Toppin has had a bigger role. Randall's not shooting well. He's not playing much. And Obi Toppin is looking very good. 5 offensive boards in the last game. So Donovan Mitchell, 11 points. 11. I mean, he's not looking very good. And what's happened to Jared Allen and Evan Mobley? They combined for 26 and 11. During the regular season, 18.8 boards per game. Game 4, in such an important game, they had 11.
I'm just going to chalk it up on Jarrett, or on Jarrett's end. He should probably be a little more seasoned. I mean, not probably, he is. But Mobley, I'm just going to give his age. He's still young. Yeah, after this series or after this season, depending on how far the Cavs go, he should have a better playoff performance moving forward.
Well, I'm surprised that this isn't everybody believing in the Cleveland Cavaliers to show heart. I'm very surprised. Take it away for us, Derl. The floor is yours. East first round game 5, Knicks Cavs.
Yeah, so I mean, what's been obvious is every game has gone under. This number can't go low enough. Last game closed at 203. That went under by 8 points. I mean, the totals just keep going down on this game. So I don't know if you just have an automatic bet. When this started, man, it was 216. It went under by 9 points. Books go to 213.5. That goes, under by 11 points or 16 points? The next game is 212. That goes under by 34 points. And then the next game is 203.5. That goes under by 8.5 points. So it seems like maybe the automatic bet is to play the under here. I'm surprised it hasn't gone down any. So maybe the books are thinking that they have it right here. Maybe that line is just sharp. Not sure there. But if you had to play, just blindly looking at the game, you can play the under here. I'll tell you what I did play, though. I like the Knicks plus 3.5 first half. I do. I played that already. So just looking at their numbers that they played against each other, in the last 3 games, the Knicks are giving you about 46.5 points a game in the first half. And we've got Cleveland right at 45.3. 45.3. So just in how they're playing each other, the Knicks are scoring more points in the first half. First quarter might not be a bad spot either. So this is when you see this line at 5.5, this is absolutely it's a no-brainer that this is a desperation game for the Cavs. The books are thinking that the Cavs are still the better team than the Knicks. But the Knicks, man, they are able to play the Cavs really good. And I just think that if the Cavs win this game, it won't be early, right? It's going to be at the last or the latter portion of the game. So first quarters spreads right now, the Knicks are what? Well, they're in this series, they're 3-1 to the first half. And I believe they're 2-2 to the first quarter. So if you like the Knicks, which I do here, and I've already played it, I'm just going to play the first half and see how this game plays out. I honestly think the Knicks are going to close these boys home, send them out to 123 Cancun packing station and get it done and over with. But I like where they're most consistent. And where they're most consistent is the under, but we're talking about 202, which is extremely low. The Knicks are very consistent in the first half. And I believe they're going to win this game. So since I believe they're going to win this game, I'm going to take them first half. The only first half they didn't win is the actual game they lost. So taking the first half plus 3.5, I believe that's good money.
And Pinnacle's moved it to 3. So you can still get 3.5, but Pinnacle can move it to 3. I'm shocked at this. Do you think this is just a recency bias? That the Cavs aren't getting love here? They're not going to show heart down 3-1 at home?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really about coaching too. I think Tibbs is out coaching Bickerstaff. I wouldn't be surprised if Cavs lose this game tonight, if Bickerstaff might be out as a coach. I wouldn't be surprised. And Nick Nurse takes that job, something like that. I would not be surprised at all. But that brilliant move of benching Randall in the fourth and having him sit that's how they won the game. That's how they won the game. So I think it's more about coaching here than really the it's the X's and O's in the coaching versus the talent of the players. Because we know Brunson's unstoppable, but these boys are just stepping up to play right now, and that's definitely in favor of the Knicks. And I just think the NBA, the narrative that you're looking at now, wants a Heat Knicks, series. I really do. So we're going to see how these calls favor which team. I just think right now the Knicks are the better, more inspired team to play, and play them where they've been consistent all year. We've been making money off Knicks first quarter and first half. Primarily first half, they were one of those better first half teams in the league. So the full game, like I said, when you play desperate, you're going to make sure that you're fully concentrated and fully focused on this game. So I would stay away from the full game if you were a Knicks fan and wanted the Knicks to, or thought the Knicks would win this outright, because the Cavs could take a turn and end up winning this game in the long run. But I just think more consistently the Knicks are the better play in the first half, and that's where I took them.
Yeah, well, you got Knicks first half plus 3.5 minus 110. I guess I can't. If I wish I could just explain this, but I don't feel like I can properly explain this other than the recency bias. But if the market moves to 5, then I'm not going to be able to bet this.
Well, I mean, if recency bias is your, I don't know. I just think that they still believe that the Cavs are the better team. They are the better team, and they're playing in desperation mode.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to need more time here. I'm going to need more time. By the way, we have from our guy Piker. He says, I don't give a fucking shit how much orange juice Derl drinks today. He's on the Cavs first quarter. He's on the Cavs.
Cavs first quarter. I got you, man. I got you. You got to play with some type of desperation. But Knicks have owned them. So if you're on Cavs first quarter, then I'm made to believe you probably feel that the Cavs are going to win this game outright and cover.
I mean, I do. I really do. But I can't. I feel like you need to have a healthy fear of the market in NBA, and this is. But I feel like I might.
What is this telling you? It's telling you Cavs are going to cover?
No, it's telling me that the Knicks are live. It's not telling me that. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna have to sit with this game for longer. So Derl has moved on the Knicks first half plus 3.5 at -110. Sammy on the Cavs trifecta. Spenny penny bombs on Brunson over 1.5 steals. Let's roll on. Next up for us, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and our guy Tone Miggins threw me for a bit of a loop because the levels play today is the Lakers money line at plus 146 for 1.5 units.
I like that guy.
I just feel like this is a spot where Johnny Gunn says, I think the books are begging for Knicks money. Oh, it would be at 6 if they were. I think it would have moved to 6 if they were begging for that. Little Domo says Grizz first quarter, same situation as the Cavs.
Yeah.
Trill OG play today from our guy LJ from H-Town is the Memphis Grizzlies first half.
First half -2.5. Interesting.
2.5.
Interesting.
Oh, sorry, we just lost our. I'm on that already. I didn't care. Now maybe I should just not care again here. North Ender says that he disagrees with the market supporting the Knicks. That's part of the fun, North Ender. So let's move over to the spread here for this one. There has not been the move towards Memphis that I expected.
Wonder why.
No move. Well, there was a move, obviously, yesterday. A move from 4 to 4.5. And then it came back to 4. And that's where it is right now. Total wise here, this opened up at 221.5 and is now at 222.5. So we have a point move here. Let's go over to the cash flow for game 2. Spread wise, 51% of the tickets and 92% of the cash are on the Grizzlies, and the line is not moving.
And it's not moving. Telling.
Makes me very, very nervous.
Very telling.
51% of the tickets and 79% of cash on the under, and it's gone up a point here. Wow, this is a very makes me very, very, very uncomfortable. A series pace being played at 99.17 possessions a game. The Lakers were the 4th fastest during the year, 101.92. Grizz were 8th at 101.50. Lakers protected home court, winning game 3, 111-101 quite easily, and then winning game 4 in a tight 117-111 overtime victory. LeBron game time basket with 0.8 seconds left in regulation. His first 2020 game in the NBA, 22 points, 20 boards, also had 7 assists, 2 blocked shots. He's playing very well. Desmond Bane went for 36, and Brooks is not looking good.
Trash.
He is not walking the walk. Now, Ja aggravated his right hand injury. To what extent? Is that the reason why this line isn't moving? This one is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Take it away for us, Derl. Lakers.
Grizzly. Yeah, made a couple plays here already. And the two are, give me the Lakers team total over 109.5. I like that. And I'm taking the Lakers +4 here. And I'm probably going to live bet this game at money line just to see where it is. But this is just my opinion. I believe the Lakers have to put away Memphis today. They have to. Because this series gets harder the less rest that you have. And that's exactly what's going to happen with games 5, 6, and 7. We talked about this last week about how it would really matter that the Lakers kind of end these guys early and often, because when you get into the latter games, it actually favors Memphis. So Memphis is playing with desperation. But to be honest with you, man, Memphis does not have the defense or the size needed and the depth to really handle the Lakers. They don't. And you're coming off a game to where Desmond Bane went postal. Ja Morant played the entire game. AD had a terrible game, man. And the Lakers still comes out on top in overtime. With these ebbs and flows, this is where I see what's happening. I believe this is the game that AD comes out and plays. Now, he's a little injured, right? That hip is really bothering him. But if you look at the ebb and flow, game 1, AD goes off. Game 2, AD is trash. Game 3, AD goes off. Game 4, AD trash. Game 5, this should be the game that he goes off, really, and is able to route this team really to a win. I believe that. I believe that they can win and close this game off tonight. I believe that is the conversation. That's the tone that's happening in that locker room right now, or within that team. They say, hey, we've got to close these boys out. They have absolutely nothing for us. Ja is still playing reckless. He's still playing hurt. But you're going to have to depend on Jaren Jackson to have a dominant game, Xavier Tillman to have a dominant game, Dylan Brooks to at least show up. But you saw what they did by the closer to the second half, the latter part of that game. They started taking Brooks off of Bron, and they were putting Roddy on him. They were putting that rookie on Bron, right? So we just see how this goes. The Memphis Grizzlies are playing with desperation, but to be honest with you, the Lakers didn't have the best game 4. And they were still able to win that game in overtime. And I just believe this is a game to where LeBron is saying this is something that we really have to win and win this hard because they get that extra rest. Now you're going to play the winner out of Sacramento and Golden State, but I believe that's going to probably go 7 games. Right? So if you can close this out early and get it done tonight, that gives LeBron James foot a rest. That gives AD the rest he needs for his hip and to go into another series. So I honestly believe the Lakers are going to win this game tonight, but just give me the +4. And that 109.5 is really low. They're already averaging 111 per game. That's their average right now. And if you know what Ham likes to do against Memphis is go fast. And that's exactly what Memphis is going to try to do against the Lakers to get these boys tired with not a long rest that they've had. So they had to travel, and they've only been on a day's rest. So in this scenario, it's going to be a fast game, but I don't see them stopping the Lakers, and I do see AD playing a great game today. So give me the Lakers over 109.5, and give me them at the +4.
You got it. Lakers +4 -105, and Lakers team total over. Let's just see.
109.5. That's where I got it at.
Let's just see what Pinnacle will offer you. What was the juice on your 109.5?
110.
Here we go. See what we can get you here.
So you're doing that, but there's a lot of great points coming out of the chat. Memphis is the second youngest team, but you know the narrative that young teams don't win championships. They just don't. They don't have the experience. It's not there yet. But what does favor them being young? These later games, because they don't have the rest that these older players need to recover. So that's why that's more important for the Lakers to get it done tonight so they can be rested. But if Grizz win at home, they could play a tough game 6, and then try to bring it back to 7 games. I just don't see that happening. So I do like the Lakers to win this outright, but we'll see. I just may money line this later, but I do like the Lakers at the +4. I like them to win, and I do like that team total.
You are locked in. I'm on the Grizz first half and full game here. I wonder
desperation.
Well, you know, it's not. Again, well, desperation is a big part of it. It's impossible for me to believe that the Lakers are going to play with the edge they just played in with. I just, even though, it sounds great, finish the series in 5 games, get the extra rest. But, I mean, Brooks and Ja are laughing stocks. Now I know Ja had the monster game, but still, he's not being a leader this year with this team, and he's put them into the playoffs in a horrifically fragile situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe that these guys care, and I just think that they're going to play with a certain edge that's going.
I don't buy that, Jimmy. The care part, maybe Ja, right? But Dylan has been an absolute circus. And now the guy is mentally checked out. He's mentally defeated. He hasn't even showed up for the last 2 post pressers. And that's become a big story all on the sports networks. Like, this guy is not even showing up to back up, or at least get the exposure that or at least face up to how bad he's played in these last 2 games. He's not even showing up for that. Ja didn't show up for the last presser, right? You have Taylor Jenkins making bad coaching decisions. That challenge on that Xavier Tillman pass, you could see the frustration on Taylor Jenkins' end, where they're already losing. He felt like he wasn't getting calls at that. As soon as they call that Lakers ball, Taylor Jenkins gets up and just throws his hand, right? That's a frustration call. That's bad coaching. And so there isn't anything about them caring that shows me that they're going to be convicted enough to show up for this game. I think they really know they are defeated and deflated. Now, anything can happen. It's just my whole concept of it, Jimmy. I understand where you're coming from, but the care part, no, man, you can't even show up for the post presser, bro.
Well, but couldn't you say you don't show up for the post presser because you care too much, and you're going to look all in your feelings, and you're going to be made fun of by every single person in North America because you're going to go up there in your feelings. I mean, I hear what you're saying, and the part of the
be
fun,
a man, bro. Be a man.
Look,
that's what kids do. Be a man. Face up to that same talk you had when you beat him and was calling LeBron old, right? Man up. If you can sit there and talk all that smack when you win a game, you should be able to sit there and take the criticism for the last play of the game in overtime is a left dribble layup on Dylan Brooks. He goes left on Dylan. So, miss me with that, man. Dylan, I could probably give you Ja, but no. Don't tell me Dylan's going to come out and play any better. The boy shouldn't even be shooting. Who gave him the green light to shoot threes, bro? So I don't want to hear it.
No, I hear you. And that's part of the fun. It's 2-2 now. I don't like that, guys. But tell me it was a sack fly, so at least there's 2 out. All right. This is going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Certainly, if I was only betting based on the market, I would not be on the Grizzlies. But I am on them.
Yeah, I mean, that should tell you something. That line is telling a story here, if you ask me.
But I don't believe in LeBron and AD on the road in the series. They're up 3-1.
You remember the last time they were in the playoffs? I mean, it was the bubble. Lakers were in 3-1 games.
There's no travel in the bubble.
Yeah, you're right. I said it's in the bubble, but they close out every 3-1 playoffs matchup.
Yeah, no, I don't put 1 second into that.
Stop it.
No, seriously, I don't. The reason why the bubble was tricky was because all of those spots that we've used to our advantage in our lifetime capping NBA we couldn't use because they weren't partying and there was no travel.
Yeah, so, I get it.
Look, it's fun. This is fun. Look, I certainly would not be doubled up here on the Grizzlies if this was the situation that I was in front of. I thought I was beating the number here. So we'll see. Derl's on the Lakers +4 and the Lakers team total over 109.5.
I know Nut Plush is probably making fun of me because he's probably saying, "Oh, there goes the Laker fan taking the Lakers."
Trill OG play today is Memphis first half -2.5. Tom Miggins is on Lakers money line here at +146. Let's move on. 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Next up, East first round game 5. Miami leading the series 3-1. Miami Heat 17-24 on the road this year, but things have changed quickly. We're at Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This series been playing at a fast pace, 101.63 possessions a game. The Heat were second slowest this year, 96.76 possessions a game. Bucks were 10th at 101.45 possessions a game. Take a look at the line history here. Nice to see the Reds getting out of that. Let's take a look at the line history here on this one. We have the Bucks opening up at minus 10.5. They're now minus 12, 10.5 to 12. Total wise, it's opened up at 219 and it's now at 220.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow here for this one. We have 32. Oh, sorry. That's we have 49% of the tickets and 90% of the cash on the Bucks. We see a 1.5 move towards the Bucks.
Interesting.
Mike M. Pimp Slap play today is the Milwaukee Bucks minus 11.5.
Okay.
Total wise, 13% of the tickets, 36% of cash on the under, 13 and 36 on the under. And here we are, thanks to Jimmy Butler. That was a spectacular performance. Only 3 players have ever scored more in an NBA playoff game. MJ, Elgin Baylor, and Spider. 56 in game 4. The Heat protected home court in games 3 and 4. Brook Lopez went for 36 and 11. It was funny watching Antetokounmpo come into the lane, lob it up for Lopez. I was like, well, how are they going to lose this game? And then Jimmy Butler said, watch.
Yeah, hold my beer.
Giannis, 12 of 22, played 38 minutes in his first game in a while. Take it away for us here. East first round, game 5, Heat Bucks. Derl, floor is yours.
Yeah, so Jay, when I saw this line, I was like, yo, who's the originator of this line? Like Ray Charles? Stevie Wonder? Did Stevie Wonder cap this game and come up with this number? Because I was like, how did they not watch the last game? You obviously didn't see the last game for you to have Milwaukee minus 11.5. So what that's telling me is that under no circumstance is Jimmy going to perform at that level and have the performance he had this game. He's not doing it. He's not. For Miami to beat Milwaukee the way they did, and for Jimmy Butler to have a 56-point performance, the books are basically saying, yep, that was a once-in-a-lifetime deal. It's not happening again against the Bucks. It isn't. It isn't. And for a line to be this large in the playoffs, I'm so surprised that it hasn't gone down. I'm surprised people weren't just smacking this number down and it's actually moved up, which is crazy to me. No play for me here. None whatsoever. I don't understand the line. And I'm not willing to see how the Bucks melt down, lay 11.5, 12 points with this team. I'm just not willing to do that. When I looked at this line, I was just like, whoa. That's insane. They're saying Milwaukee still has a shot here. Like Milwaukee has to win all their games now.
But have you seen the line on them to win the series?
What is it?
What do you think it is?
For the Bucks or the Heat to win the series?
The Bucks.
At 3-1, if this is not plus money, I will fall out of my chair right now. So it's got to be like plus 200.
It opened at plus 130. It's down to plus 115.
Are you kidding me? And just so we got this right, the Bucks are down 3-1, right?
Yep.
They're down 3-1. And they've got it's gone down to plus 115. Oh, God. Oh, my God. So you just take the Bucks in. The Bucks should just beat them by 30 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the books expect. The books expect Butler not to play in the fourth quarter because they're down so big.
Right. This is amazing.
Alfonso Scott says since 2005, double-digit favorites in the NBA playoffs are 77, 50, 58, and 4 against the spread. Pimp slap play of the day is the Bucks.
Okay. Jimmy, plus 115. This number has gone down.
Yeah, plus 130 it opened up at. It's a plus 115 now.
I'm going to be pressured into playing the Bucks here. And every game has gone over. Every game has gone over. Last game, over by 15.5 points. Game before, over by 4 points. Game before, over by 44 points. Game before that, over by 26 points. What is going on? Okay. I need to think on that. But if we're just going to go by the story the books are telling us, then we take the Bucks here.
There's no chance that I would. There's 0% chance of me betting the Heat in game.
The Heat.
5. 0%.
So that this large line doesn't scare you.
This line tells me exactly the fact that they've gone to 1 plus 115 to win the series tells me that Jimmy Butler needs a breather. That's what it tells me. Now he's a baller and a junkyard dog and spectacular, but it tells me he needs a breather and they need to win game 6 at home.
Give me the Bucks. I'm going to play it now.
Let's see if I can get you an 11.5. I cannot. I can. I could if you want to pay for it. Let's see what it would cost.
I got a 12 at minus 110.
We can get a 12 at minus 103, which means let's see what we can get the 11.5 at. We can get you the 11.5 at minus 114 or the 12 at minus 103.
Let's do the 11.5 just in case I don't push.
All right, you are locked in. I'm going to join you. I just need to sit with it a little longer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think
all these games have gone over. This is 220. But if you're saying people are sitting by, you think Miami doesn't even hit the century mark today?
That's a tough call. I would, if I was going to look at like their team totals to go under, I would look at the first half.
Okay, I won't mess with the total. I'm not. I'm just saying these totals are flying over in this series. They have not gone under at all. They're flying over.
104.5 is the team total at my book, but I think Pinnacle probably gives you better. Pinnacle gives you the total at 104. Wow.
For the Heat?
Yeah.
Yeah. If the Heat's gonna spank them, it's gonna be just like the 121.99 game. No, I'll stay off of it. I'll stay off of that total.
All right, Derl has moved on the Bucks here. I mean, if I didn't look at all at anything from the market, I would definitely be on the Cavs, Grizzlies, Bucks. The Bucks, the market.
I mean, you're basically saying no one's going home tonight.
Well, that's what BJ's been saying. I don't know. Let's talk 3-2 red. So I lose the first 5 under and cash the plus 110 first 5. Frustrating. I would have rather the push and cash the under because then I'd be 1-0 instead of 1-1. All right, let's move on to the final game on the board. 10 p.m. Eastern, West first round, game 5, series tied 2-2. Golden State Warriors 44-38, 11-30 on the road. Sacramento Kings 48-34, 23-18 at home. Hard to believe they were just 23-18 at home. Where the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California, this pace has been alarmingly fast in this series. 104 possessions a game.
Absolutely.
Warriors were the fastest in the league, 102.54 possessions a game. Kings 12th at 100.99. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one. We have the Kings opening up at minus 1.5. They are now plus 2. It's a big move, 3.5 point move. Money line wise, they opened up minus 115. They're now plus 112. From a total perspective, this opened up at 237.5. It's dropped 3 points to 234.5. LJ from H-Town on Warriors Kings first quarter over. Alfonso Scott on the over 233.5. Mike M says in either game 3 or 5 of a tied series, small faves are 19-3-1 against the spread since 2017. Stat is currently on a 10-1 run. Golden State spot. Let's take a look at the cash flow for this one. Our final game on today's card. We have 59% of the tickets, 65% of the cash on the Warriors. Market moving towards them. 57% of the tickets, 87% of cash on the under. Warriors protected home court, like all the teams that we've spoken of. They won game 3, 114-97, and they were very fortunate to win game 4, 126-125. Fox has a fracture on the index finger on his left shooting hand.
That happened in the game. That actually happened in the game.
Yeah, late in the game. He's been very, very good. 31.5 points,
Very
7 assists, 6 boards. He says he's fine. Says he's fine.
Yeah, once you put that, once you give him a little Decadron shot, man, he's gonna be feeling fine. Trust me.
The biggest issue here is that Golden State was atrocious on the road, 11-30. Can they turn it around now when everything is on the line? They've been able to do it before. Fox 38 points in game 4. Keegan Murray 23. Sabonis just 14 and 8. Curry went for 32. Clay 26 and Poole 22. Take it away for us here, Derl. The final game on the board today: Warriors Kings.
I'm not going to play this game. I'm not, and the reason why is I did like the Kings, and I liked them a lot at +4, +4.5 in some books. I did, and I should have bet them way early before the news got announced that he was going to play. But that would have been the earliest play I would have ever made on the game, to be honest with you. So if I'm looking at this game right now, I think you have to back Keegan Murray, Sacramento, for over 2.5 threes. I like that spot. I think you're going to probably see a little bit of extra time that Fox is going to be off the court. So I would stick with Keegan Murray. I do like that. It's not official just yet because I want to see what Malik Monk's threes are. And right now, I don't see him for any threes, but I do see Keegan Murray over 2.5 threes at +106. And that's just a little concerning because you know how I feel about plus money props. Didn't work out in my best favor, especially when I was doing that to piss at Siakam last year on his assists. Whenever they're plus money, they just didn't cash, you know? So this one, I mean, it's just a little plus money, but I do believe you're going to see a little extra run from Keegan Murray, especially if they're ahead. Golden State, why are we backing them on the road? Why are we doing that? Right? And even if Swiper here is not shooting as much, if he's at least on the court, that's going to impose a problem. He's still going to draw attention. Where he's going to really matter is where he's best at in the league right now, and that's clutch time performance. That's where where that adrenaline goes and he starts making those shots. So what I would look at here is Keegan Murray. Kevin Huerter has kind of been not really that guy this series, but I would look at Keegan Murray. I would look at Malik Monk's points and threes. So that's the only thing I've got my eye on. But as far as this game, I do like the Kings, but I like that +4, 4.5 a lot better. They should win this game, but this game is this series will go 7. It will definitely go 7. And we're talking about Sacramento almost winning a game, provided you have just De'Aaron Fox try to make that last shot versus dish it out to Harrison Barnes. You know, you definitely want Fox shooting that shot. Bonehead move by Steph Curry to pull a Chris Webber and call a timeout when they had none because of the challenge. So now you're going down the street to Sacramento where the crowd is back on Sacramento's side, man. I mean, hey, Light the Beam is in full effect. These guys are playing good at home. So if you ask me, I do believe the Kings win this game, but one of these games has to have a corner turned. And the Warriors could have figured out some things here and play a good game. And when you have an injured player, not fully 100%, there's kind of blood in the water. You might be able to take advantage of some things. You might have Dre pull a couple little dirty moves like he does and get, Fox hurt a little. So the angle for me really is going to be Malik Monk or Keegan Murray. Look at their threes or look at their points.
Oh God, this is so difficult. I sit here and think I don't know how anyone could trust the Warriors here, but they've been there and done that.
Yes.
And
yes.
The fact that they've gone from dog to favorite, and they know that they need to win Game 5 and win it in Game 6. If they come back here in Game 7, all bets are off.
all bets are off. It's curtains. But that's how, and it's funny because I mean it's the road, but I mean we're literally talking about down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like these Golden San Francisco and Sacramento are not that far, right? I mean, this is like what if you're on a plane, what you're going a 15-minute flight, if that. I mean, we're talking about an hour or 2 hour drive. I mean, we're not talking about very far at all. But and so that fan base should be able to travel well with Golden State also. You probably have a lot of Golden State fans living in Sacramento. So it's weird to me how they can't win on the road at all. But I wouldn't be surprised that this is the game that they do it on because you do have the experience. And this is what I'm talking about, young teams not winning the playoffs. And this is why I'm so gung-ho on Memphis not being able to close us out. If Sacramento can't close us out today, it's going to be purely based on the coaching and experience because they're young.
But Brown's been here before. I mean, why would...
That's true. And maybe that's why the Kings are playing pretty well against the Warriors because Mike Brown is very familiar with every player, every coaching scheme. And I said that when that series started, to be honest with you. I said if the King, when the series started, you could go and turn back the tape. A couple of weeks ago, I was saying the Sacramento Kings feel disrespected. They play Golden State. Man, Mike Brown's going to be able to know how to play against this team. I got roasted for saying that, but the proof is in the pudding. So we'll see tonight how that goes.
Game 1, the Warriors opened up at, let's just make sure I got the pinnacle openers. They opened up at plus 1. They ended up, there was a 6-cent move against them.
Mm-hmm.
In game 2, the Warriors, that was what, on the 17th. In game 2, the Warriors opened up at plus 1, and they went to minus 2.5. See if that's the pinnacle opener. Actually, it's probably not the pinnacle opener. They went from plus 1 to minus 2, and they didn't win it.
How high did the pinnacle take that number once the news came out about De'Aaron Fox possibly not playing? Did he get to 4.5 or just 4?
That's what they're debating here in the chat, is whether the move is based on sharp action or the move is based on De'Aaron Fox's injury. I mean, that's.
I think it's De'Aaron, because De'Aaron says no matter what, he's playing today. He's already come out and said that. He said that yesterday. So Shams Charania dropped that news about De'Aaron Fox will be playing and quoted De'Aaron saying, "I am playing no matter what happens. I'm playing this game." So I think now that you've seen it go back down, it's because of the news that even though De'Aaron is injured, he's playing the game. He says for sure he is.
Johnny Gunn says, can you see what the move is? Yes, I can, and I will here. Why don't we take a look at that right now? And then we will. I don't need to do anything because I got futures on the Warriors. I don't need to make a move on this game in particular here. But the move, this opened up at plus 1.5. Then we got the news on De'Aaron Fox.
4.
There was a 4.5 point move at first. The Warriors went to minus 3. Then the Warriors went to minus 3.5. Then the Warriors went to minus 4. And then at 11 p.m. on Monday night, they were at 4.5. Then he's announced that he's going to play, and it goes from 4 to 3.5 to 2.5 to 1.5, which is where it is right now. It's at 2 right now. So since all the buyback, it's at 2. Wow. Carlos Garcia says he doesn't give a fuck what the spread is. Says Warriors all day.
Ooh.
All day.
That's some energy. I don't have those kind of plays right now. I think I'm going to have a couple of those next series. Trust me. Trust you me.
Well, wildly interesting, and I've got crucial decisions still to make. So Oh, wow, that's fun. Okay, let's review all action, but you have nothing official, even player prop wise at this point.
No, I think I'm going to get there. Just give me a little time on that. I think I got enough. I'll probably get there with the Keegan. I just haven't seen Malik Monk's numbers yet. You don't have any numbers for his threes. Do you have anything for him?
Let's see here. Kings +2 for razor sharp picks. Kings +2 for razor sharp picks. Player props. Threes. Oh, I guess they're holding off threes. Oh no, they're here. Yeah, I got all the threes.
I only have Keegan Murray's. What do you have for Malik Monk's threes?
Malik Monk is a 2.5 -180 to the under.
Ooh, what's the over?
+150.
Oh gosh, he's more juice than Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray is 2.5 -140 to the under.
Yeah. I won't. I'm probably going to get there. Let me just think on that.
Razor sharp picks. Gamblers first glance is in. Gamblers first glance is in. It is the under 202.5 in Knicks Cavaliers. Shout out to our razor sharp picks. Gamblers first glance is in. Under 202.5 in Knicks Cavs. All right, let's review all action here in NBA. Derl's on the Knicks first half +3.5. I've got to decide whether I move on the Cavs full game. I'd like to move on the Cavs and Bucks full game. Derl's on the Lakers +4 and Lakers team total over 109.5. I'm on the Grizz first half and full game. LJ, OG play today's Memphis first half. Look, if I knew that this market was going to handle it like this, I'd probably be off of the spot. Derl's on the Bucks -11.5 and -103. Spenny penny bombs on Pat Connaughton. 2 +3s at +105. 3 +3s at +420. And then in our Warriors Kings, we are off at this point. Derl may add something. He'll tweet it out. But Spenny, he's got Keegan Murray over 11.5 points at -115. 15+ points at +200. 3 +3s at +105. Andrew Wiggins 20+ points and Kevin Looney 5+ assists at +240.
I like it, brother. I like it.
Razor Sharp Pick says Cavs do damage tonight. He's on the first quarter, first half of full game.
Yeah, I like that first half. They're more consistent, but they got to come out with a bang, bro. They really do. So, yeah, that's the luck.
Wow, this is extremely enjoyable. The banter in the chat is really fun. I love the way we can have disagreements in the chat, and but we're colleagues that work together every day, and we keep it the way it is. I really love it. I love everything that's happening in the chat, and part of the fun is not being on the same side.
Yeah, that's true.
Excellent stuff, Derl. You are
brother.
running nice, but could you have a double-digit ROI in back-to-back seasons? Because it's not being done.
Let's try it, brother. Let's try it, man. I am hopeful, but we got a couple rounds to go, and if you look at the record last year, we was doing some damage second and third round.
This is very exciting. All right. Mike M says, unless we all get the win, very, very also Heat over 219.5. 8 plays from Razor, dropping it all here.
Nice, Razor. Nice.
Wow, wildly fun. Thank you so much for your hard work, Derl.
Appreciate
Get that
you, man.
cash. I want double-digit ROI in back-to-back years. That would be
Let's do it.
very, very, very exciting. Follow Derl on Twitter @itsDerl. Derl, my man, any last words here for the Capper Sport in the show?
Yeah, man. As always, it is a pleasure, man, to sit here and talk ball with you. Peace and love to everybody in the chat. And let's get it, man. I'll see you on next Wednesday. Be excited, and we'll see where teams are this time next week.
I love it. I love it, man. There he is. It's Derl.